Most men don't realize they're being used until it's too late. They think they're building a connection, when in reality, they're being fed sweet little lies designed to keep them on standby. If you've ever felt like you're giving more than you're getting, or you've wondered why she keeps you close but never fully chooses you, she's not confused. She's playing a role. And there are 9 specific lies women tell when they want your time, your attention, and your energy without giving you commitment, respect, or loyalty. Once you recognize these 9 lies, you'll never fall for them again. You'll see her intentions clearly. You'll stop being the backup plan, and you'll finally take your power back. Let me show you the truth behind every one of them. There's a reason these lies work so well. They're not random and they're not accidental. Each one comes from a deeper instinct most women won't admit. And once you understand that instinct, everything about their behavior suddenly aligns. You'll start noticing details you've never seen before. Tiny cues, emotional shifts, the exact moment her intention changes. That's the power of understanding the pattern. If you want to hear the truths most people avoid, like this video and subscribe. Now, let's unravel the first lie and show you what's been operating underneath the surface. Number 1, I'm over my ex. When a woman tells you she's over her ex, most men want to believe it. It sounds clean, easy, and convenient. But from the perspective of a woman who has watched this pattern play out more times than she can count, let me tell you something you won't hear anywhere else. A woman only says she's over him when she's still fighting the feelings she hasn't dealt with. That sentence is not closure. It's a shield. Women hate emotional emptiness. They fear that hollow space that opens up after a breakup. So instead of sitting with the discomfort, they reach for the closest warm body who can soften the fall. That body is often yours. You become the emotional cushion, someone who fills the silence, someone who listens, someone who makes her feel wanted again. But here's the part men ignore. You weren't chosen because of your value. You were chosen because you were available. So pay attention to the signs she can't hide. If she keeps bringing him up, even in negative ways, he still holds power. If she sends vague, sad quotes after arguments, that's not expression. That's unresolved attachment leaking through. If she's warm one moment and distant the next, you're not building something real. You're being used to soothe her swings. And here's the truth you need to hear. If her ex is still living in her head, you won't have a home in her future. Your job isn't to heal what another man broke. Your job is to recognize when you're being pulled into someone else's emotional debris. Ask yourself one question. Is she investing in you? Or is she borrowing your presence to quiet the noise in her own mind? You're not a distraction. You're not a bandage. And you were never meant to be the painkiller for a wound you didn't create. Number 2, we don't need labels. When a woman tells you she doesn't want labels, she isn't trying to create a romantic, free-spirited love story. She's creating a safety net, one where she gets full access to you without giving you anything solid in return. And yes, I'm going to say it plainly because most men refuse to see it. No labels is never about protecting the relationship. It's about protecting her options. Think about what she does, not what she says. She lets you pick her up, take her out, be her emotional support, act like a boyfriend in every way that benefits her. But the moment you ask the simplest, most reasonable question, what are we? She smiles and hides behind that soft, careful excuse. Why ruin what we have by labeling it? That line isn't wisdom, it's strategy. Women use the gray zone to stay in control. As long as nothing is defined, she can edit her involvement at any time. She can pull you close when she needs validation and then push you away the moment another man catches her attention. She keeps you warm, but she keeps her escape route warmer. Here's the part you need to absorb without flinching. If she wanted you, she would claim you. When she avoids labels, she's avoiding you. A woman who sees you as her man doesn't fear commitment. She fears losing you. She deletes her dating apps. She stops entertaining other men. She doesn't dodge clarity. She invites it. So what should you do? Set a timeline, not as an ultimatum, but as a standard. If we're going to act like a couple, it needs to become one. And if she still refuses clarity, then you stop giving her the privileges of a girlfriend. In love, ambiguity always favors the person who's less invested. Don't let that be you. Number 3, you're different from other guys. This line is pure sugar, and that's exactly why men fall for it. Every man wants to feel chosen. Every man wants to believe he stands out, and women know this intimately. When a woman tells you you're different, she's tapping straight into the part of you that craves significance. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If she truly felt that way, she wouldn't need to say it. You would see it in her actions. Women use this line as ego bait, a soft nudge to make you lean in a little. Closer, try a little harder, chase a little more. It gives you a high, a dopamine hit that feels like connection, but is really just validation dressed up as intimacy. It's a reward without commitment and a promise without effort. Pay attention to the contrast most men ignore. She compliments you, but she flakes on plans. She tells you you're unlike anyone she's ever met, but she disappears for days. She insists you're special, yet shows up only when it fits her convenience. That's not admiration, that's strategy. And here's the truth you need to stop running from. If you were really different, she wouldn't have to say it. You'd feel it. From a woman's perspective, this line is a lever. It lets her control the pace of the connection without giving you anything real. She knows men chase harder when they believe they're winning. She knows you'll forgive inconsistency if you feel chosen. So she feeds your ego just enough to keep you hooked. Don't fall for the words. Look at the investment. Look at the consistency. Look at the effort she makes when she doesn't need attention or comfort. If the words and actions don't match, don't chase harder. Step back. The woman who truly sees your value won't flatter you into staying. She'll show you through presence, not performance. Number 4, I don't care about money. When a woman tells you she doesn't care about money, she usually says it at the exact moment your card is already sliding across the table. It's a comforting statement for a man to hear, almost noble. You want to believe she's with you for who you are, not what you can provide. But from a woman who has watched other women play this game for years, let me be brutally transparent. The women who claim they don't care about money often care the most. Watch her behavior, not her branding. She lights up at 5-star restaurants but goes dull at the suggestion of a simple walk in the park. She's always in the mood for rooftop cocktails, but mysteriously exhausted when you propose something low-key. She never offers to split, even symbolically, because in her mind, that's your role, not hers. She wants the lifestyle, the image, the access, the experience, and you're the one funding the highlight reel. Some women don't want a man, they want an upgrade. Here's the truth that separates a woman who values you from a woman who values your wallet. A woman who genuinely doesn't care about money never chooses based on who pays. She chooses based on who stays. A woman who is with you for you will show it in subtle but powerful ways. She'll suggest budget-friendly dates. She'll offer to cover small things, coffee, snacks, a ride share. Not because she needs to, but because she wants to contribute. She'll match your effort with her own, not sit back waiting for the next luxury you're willing to hand her. So, test the dynamic. Suggest a simple date. Watch how quickly her enthusiasm shifts. If stripping away the glamour makes her lose interest, then she wasn't interested in you at all. And remember, a woman who only shows up when you're spending is a woman who's spending you. Number 5, I don't usually do this. When a woman tells you she doesn't usually do this, she wants you to feel like you've unlocked some rare hidden version of her. It's a seductive illusion, one designed to make you believe you're the exception, not the pattern. But here's what most men don't realize. This line is a script, a carefully crafted performance to lower your guard and speed up your trust. Women know exactly how powerful it is to make a man feel chosen. They know that if you think you're the one who brings out a special side of her, you'll relax your boundaries, give more freely, and stop questioning the pace of the connection. Suddenly, something that should take time happens too quickly. Intimacy, favors, emotional closeness, and you convince yourself it's organic, not strategic. But look at her behavior. If she says it with confidence instead of nervousness, that's not vulnerability, it's delivery. If she uses the line right after you spend money, offer help, or give her attention, that's not honesty, it's reward. And if she says it early, often or conveniently, she's not revealing her innocence. She's manufacturing your comfort. Here's the truth you need to sit with. Women who truly don't usually do this don't announce it. You feel it in their hesitation, their awkward laughter, They're genuine shyness. Authentic vulnerability is quiet. Manipulation is polished. So, what should you do? Slow the pace, observe, notice whether her actions match the supposed exception she's claiming. Does she deepen the connection afterward, or does she pull back once she gets what she wants? Does she show real emotional depth, or just enough softness to hook you? A woman who wants you will be honest with you. A woman who wants something from you will perform innocence like it's a practiced role. Don't fall for the script. Look for the sincerity behind it. Number 6, I just need space, but I don't want to lose you. When a woman says she needs space, most men hear honesty. They assume she's overwhelmed, stressed, or simply figuring herself out. And maybe part of that is true. But the second half of her sentence, but I don't want to lose you. That's where the manipulation sits, because what she really wants isn't distance. What she wants is control. Women use space to explore options without fully letting go of the comfort you provide. It's a bench strategy. You're not in the game, but you're not allowed to leave the stadium either. She wants the freedom to see who else might show up, while making sure you're still there if things don't work out the way she hopes. Look at her behavior and everything becomes clear. She says she needs time, but still texts you whenever she's bored or lonely. She says she needs distance, but still expects you to answer her calls. She says she's sorting through her feelings, yet you'll see her posting subtle hints meant for another man. She's not confused. She's keeping her options open. And here's the truth you've been avoiding. Space without boundaries is not space. It's a strategy. From a woman's perspective, this line keeps you emotionally available while she emotionally checks out. She knows you're loyal. She knows you're patient. And she knows you're hoping that giving her time will make her choose you. But what it actually does is make her feel safe enough to drift further away. So what should you do? Make the boundaries explicit. If she needs space, she gets real space. No daily calls, no comfort on demand, no emotional labor. And if she refuses to set a timeline, you set one for yourself by stepping back. Altogether, you are not her backup. You are not her bench player. If she wanted you, she wouldn't risk losing you in the first place. Number 7, you deserve someone more amazing than me. When a woman tells you this, it sounds gentle, even noble. Men hear humility. They hear vulnerability. They hear a woman who feels unworthy of them. But from the perspective of a woman who understands what sits beneath this line, let me translate it for you. This isn't humility. It's an exit wrapped in flattery. It's rejection dipped in sugar so it goes down smooth. Women say this when they want distance without the guilt that comes with directly turning a man down. They don't want to look like the bad person. They don't want confrontation. And they definitely don't want to lose the benefits of your presence, your support, your attention, your emotional availability while they quietly search for someone who excites them more. Watch the pattern. She calls you an amazing guy, but she doesn't choose you. She says you're husband material, but she keeps you in the maybe later category. She praises your kindness, but she saves her effort, her time, and her desire for someone else. Those aren't mixed signals. That's deliberate ambiguity. And here's the truth you must stop running from. If she thought you were amazing for her, she would choose you, not excuse you. From a woman's point of view, this line protects her ego and preserves yours just enough to keep you orbiting. It keeps the door cracked open so she can slip back in if her other plans fall apart. She wants the option of you without the responsibility of you. So what should you do? Believe her. Not because she's right about your worth, but because she's telling you she doesn't want to be the woman who stands beside you. Don't argue, don't convince, don't prove anything. Step back, reclaim your energy, and leave her to the choices she's already made. You don't win a woman by waiting. You win by walking away from the ones who hesitate. Number 8, you just get me. When a woman tells you this, it feels intimate, it feels meaningful, it feels like you've unlocked a part of her no one else can reach. But here's the truth from a woman who has watched countless men fall into this trap. You just get me rarely means she wants you. More often, it means she wants a place to drop her emotional baggage without offering anything real in return. Women love to feel understood. It makes them feel safe, validated, seen. But the mistake men make is assuming emotional closeness equals romantic interest. It doesn't. A woman can unload her trauma on you, share her insecurities, rant about her ex, complain about her coworker, and still have zero desire to be with you. In fact, the more she vents without giving anything back, the more likely it is you've been placed into a role she won't acknowledge out loud. The emotional tampon. Look at the signs she won't verbalize. She sends you long texts about her bad day, but never asks about yours. She trusts you with her secrets, but never invites you on a real date. She calls you when she's falling apart, but never when she's excited to see you. She gives you emotional intimacy while withholding physical or romantic intimacy because she wants comfort, not connection. And here's the truth you need to swallow whole. You're not her safe place. You're her emotional storage unit. Women can separate emotional reliance from romantic attraction with surgical precision. She'll keep you close enough to soothe her loneliness, but far enough to never owe you anything. That's not affection, that's convenience. So what should you do? Stop playing therapist. Stop responding instantly. Stop offering support she hasn't earned. If she wants a man, she'll move toward you. If she only wants relief, she'll drain you. A woman who truly values you won't only share her pain, she'll invest in your life, your joy, and your time. Number 9, I'm not ready for a relationship right now. When a woman says she's not ready for a relationship, most men take it at face value. They assume she needs healing or time or space to figure herself out. But here's the reality from a woman who has lived long enough to see this play out repeatedly. Not ready doesn't mean she isn't ready for love. It means she isn't ready with you. Women don't delay relationships with men they're truly drawn to. When she meets a man she feels chemistry with emotionally, physically, mentally, she doesn't need time. She doesn't need clarity. She doesn't need to work on herself. She jumps, she chooses, she invests, she shows up. So why does she tell you she's not ready? Because she wants the benefits of your presence without the responsibility of commitment. You become the emotional comfort, the convenient companion, the reliable support system. While she keeps her heart open for the man she's actually waiting for, look at her behavior. She still texts you when she's bored. She still asks for favors. She still enjoys your company. But mention exclusivity and suddenly she gets vague. Bring up commitment and she becomes foggy. Ask what she wants, and she offers philosophical answers that mean nothing, but keep you hopeful. She's not confused, she's buying time. And here's the truth you need to hear without sugarcoating. She's ready the moment the man she truly wants appears. So, what should you do? Stop acting like her boyfriend when she refuses to treat you like her man. Pull back your energy. Invest proportionally to the clarity she gives you. When she says she's not ready, take her at her word. Not because she's honest, but because she's telling you exactly where you stand. A man with self-respect doesn't wait in someone else's emotional lobby. He walks out and chooses himself. When you look at all 9 sweet lies together, a pattern becomes impossible to ignore. These aren't random phrases women throw around without meaning. They're signals. They're strategies. They're soft, polished ways to take what they want while giving as little as possible. And if you've heard even one of them more than once, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because you've been dealing with a woman who never truly intended to choose you. But here's the part I want you to sit with. Not as judgment, but as clarity. You can't control what a woman says. You can only control what you accept. Most men stay stuck because they cling to the words instead of watching the behavior. They cling to potential instead of reality. They cling to hope instead of respect. And that's how good men get drained bit by bit, excuse by excuse, sweet lie by sweet lie. So let me reframe this in the most honest way a woman can. You don't lose women by having standards. You lose the women who plan to use you. And those aren't losses. Those are escapes. Think about the version of you who's been overextending, giving time, attention, effort, loyalty to someone who would never match it. Think about the energy you've poured into women who kept you waiting, wandering, second-guessing yourself. Now imagine what happens when you stop accepting breadcrumbs and start demanding consistency. When you stop falling for sweetness and start listening to truth. When you choose clarity over confusion every single time. If this hits something inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Leave a comment so other men know they're not alone. Like the video if it opened your eyes. Subscribe if you're done being the easy target. And share this with a man who's stuck in the same cycle you just broke. You deserve honesty. You deserve loyalty. You deserve a woman who shows up fully, consistently, willingly, and I'm here to make sure you never settle for less again.